We're live. Aquarius, are you guys gonna be coming through like you were before? You know, sometimes with Aquarius, you never really know.
Hey Aquarius, what's going
I
on?
feel like it's been a while since we've been like in this setup, right?
That's it. I don't know. We're just doing all the things, just like Aquarius, right?
You guys, I'll be here for another month, so you'll be getting like this place and this is set for another month. We'll be going outside and stuff. But then after that, the chop.
We're gonna change it up.
New beginnings for me,
Always changing
y'all.
it up. Yes, new beginnings. Mars is
Definitely.
in Aquarius right now. That's the
Oh,
significant
wow,
planet
Tracy.
in your sign right now.
I'm still going.
So, yeah, it looks like some of you, we've got some viewers.
11,
Hi,
yeah,
guys.
work.
So, welcome. And this is definitely talking about, what kind of aggressions do you have right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you hungry to do?
Right.
Like, what are you so thirsty for right now?
How are you
Like, who are you
identifying
so
with?
thirsty for?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you're craving? Like really craving it.
It's
I
like
gotta have it.
it's like
Right,
the last
Mars.
reading was called letting them see you, right? So now that you're letting them see you, who are you? With Mars being there. Am, are, to be, right? To be or not to be. Right now, you definitely
That
are
is
being.
the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to withstand.
You've got you've got a cardinal planet and a fixed planet in your sign, so you can deal with Mars. Yes, Pluto. Cleansing, right? What are you guys doing? Let's just go ahead and do an ascendant. So that's what you're rising to. You're looking for a transformative energy by way of like extracting like the last ounce of something and then you're done. You know what I mean? It's like Pluto is a dense planet. It's very definite energy, you know, with the judgment card here at the top. So you're identifying with like, you know, people are seeing this change occur for you. People are getting a sense that something is sort of like creeping in slowly. They're preparing themselves for it because they know that this is what your intentions are like, you know, moving towards a cleansing process. Dropping some shit, dead weight, you know, people if you need to.
Okay, so we did this like video for Cancer season.
Do it one more time.
So you guys can go back and watch that if you want to, and it'll just give you some more insight in correlation with just Aquarius. The one for Cancer season, summer solstice, is a general reading for everybody. So that's a little bit more broad. This particular reading, we're going live right now, Aquarius signs. We are talking about moon, sun, and rising Aquarius. That is your specific thing that we're pretty much going in with right now. You know, Venus and Aquarius as well, if you're looking for love and or your partner has Venus in Aquarius, or you have Venus in Aquarius, you can look at it. You can look at it at that aspect as well. I do like to clarify with people always, you know, Sun is definitely talking about your actions. Sun in Aquarius, that means that, you know, the sun was in Aquarius during that time when you were born, which is probably late January going into February. Or Aquarius rising, which the sun was rising in between probably 5:30 and 7:30 or 6 and 8, depending on where you are locationally, and you have Aquarius rising. Or moon in Aquarius, which you can always look at a moon chart. You can actually, yes, just look at the chart. You don't have to know your time of birth to find out what your moon is.
Right.
Just go in, Google it,
Find
put
the
the date, and it will tell you where
Right.
the moon was astrologically.
Right. It had
You
to
can
be
say
somewhere.
astrological moon chart or something, Google it, and then you'll know what your moon is. And it's very important to know what your moon is because it's very important to know how you see yourself.
Yeah.
Because how you see yourself and how your family sees you will help you and how your lover sees you, right? And as you grow into be one with another person, you've got to do that shadow work to know how you see yourself and how you receive information in, right? Because the moon is about how we receive information
Ooh,
in, and the
Netherlands.
sun is about actions. So yeah, so we're gonna get into a reading with you guys. It's Cancer season now.
Okay.
Cancer is about feeling. So you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about I feel. So
Right.
Aquarius, you're not always all about feeling, even though you know how to make people feel right away. You're the water bearer. And a lot of Aquariuses will get confused and think they're a water sign because it says that. You're an air
Now,
sign and you're
right,
fixed, and you pour water out on people, meaning you are an influencer by nature,
right.
right? You're
Right.
electrifying by
It's it's
nature.
it's 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 in the realm of control, because a lot of the fixed signs
It
have to
is, in
do
a
with
sense.
control. They are
Influencing.
fixed. The season is in a controlled placement when you're in a fixed sign season, right? It is
It's
summer
dense.
and we're going into summer month, and it is fall and we're going into fall month. That's the fix, it's just there. Do retrograde at the time of birth something? Yeah, retrogrades could play a part into
Yes,
your birth
retrograde.
chart for
Definitely
sure.
play up.
Because I
Definitely,
mean,
definitely,
like if it
definitely.
wasn't happening, then if it was happening,
Yes,
it's
because the
relevant.
planet is in an is it's like some planets are asleep,
It's
some planets
behaving
are
differently.
revising themselves. Yeah, the
Yeah.
behavior is different. And so then when retrogrades come around, you might find that you might be more successful than others during those periods of time
Hmm.
versus, when everybody else is in a debilitating, period of time with that retrograde, it might be actually a good time for you to capitalize on things. Just different things like that and just knowing yeah, retrograde definitely plays a role. Everything plays a role, first of all. Right?
Hmm.
In astrology, all of the signs play a role, and that's something to know,
I feel
right?
like some of you guys might feel like there's like a toxic relationship or something that you're trying to like break away from. You know what I mean? It's like something that you really just want to wash your hands clean of.
That could be out there for someone, or at least it's the knowing, or it's just the knowledge. Like that card is really about knowledge, because the world card would definitely give me that sense that you are really fed up and done with it. This card is kind of giving me the sense that I'm aware of how I feel about this situation. Like I'm not going to be fooled in any sense with the situation. I've seen everything for what it is, and no matter what anybody says to me about whatever, whoever's going to do whatever, I know what it is because I saw you do it, and you continue to do it. Like this is that type of card. You know, it's like, you're not going to fool me. And Aquarius, you already know, you're rebel with a cause. So you're not going to be fooled easily anyway. You're the first person to be like, we can agree to disagree on this
Right.
matter.
I mean,
Okay.
also, this card sometimes to me makes me feel like there's something that's been like exhausted and now there's like an alleviation of sorts, like away from something that might have been a little bit suppressing you. You know what I mean? You needed to break away from it. Or you might even feel like that's what you want to do. You may have not broken away from something. And it has to do with some conflict that's going on because you've got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Now, this isn't really necessarily conflict with an advantage. You're not necessarily seeing what the advantage is. You're like blocked from it, right? It's like once you realize that what was destroyed will actually no longer have purpose or benefit you, you'll realize what now can and what now will. What needs your attention most, right? This is like not bringing your awareness or your attention to where it needs to be because you're so focused on something that was a disappointment for you, right? Yeah, we know it was a disappointment. Now, what are you going to do?
Yeah, this is a major arcana card, the judgment card being your
Mm-hmm.
rising. This card at the bottom, Five of Cups. Yes, you're feeling these things, but fives are temporary. Fives,
Right.
it's a temporary situation.
Yeah.
It's not permanent. And so it's like how you deal with these emotions from the reveal of whatever it is, because this is talking about a reveal judgment. You may be the person who is judging, or somebody may be judging you, but it's coming from a place of knowing something
Mm-hmm.
now that you
Right.
didn't know before.
Right.
More information, a
Realization.
whole piece of the pie,
Yes.
and not just one
Right.
little piece, but the
Right.
whole picture is now in scope about
Mm-hmm.
something.
Right.
And it may cause an emotional
Right.
loss, a feeling of
Yeah.
emotional loss, but it's saying don't focus on the cups that are spilled. There's still stuff there.
Right.
There's still something there.
Right. And this could be like coming from a very like subconscious place, you know what I mean? A very far off place. Okay, work. This is Mars in Cancer.
Mars in Cancer, Three of Cups. We just turned over a card in your sun.
Yes, no.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is water
It's
emotional
Mars.
energy. And Pluto is ruler of Scorpio, which is water energy too. So
Mm.
far, and the Five of Cups is at the bottom. So
Right.
far, this is all emotional.
Right. It's all making sense to me. It's kind of like with Mars in your sign right now, you guys are geared up towards whatever it is that you are feeling is important to you, because we got a lot of different Aquariuses out there. So it's like your wheel is driving you in many different ways. But this is Mars. So you're using this Mars to create something, right? It's the change that's coming out of this judgment that you've made, or this assessment that you've made, or this like dream like realization that you've made, right? It's almost like it's not even real, or it's so good that it's not even real, right? It's like when you realize that someone is no longer good for you when you get rid of them, you're like, ah, you feel reborn, right? Judgment.
Some of you are putting more aggression into the home life. Mars planetarily is in Aquarius right now, your sun sign. What does Mars do? Mars does the will of the sun. What is the sun? The awareness of identity and ego and self. So, Aquarius, your mind, your thoughts, it can really be put into an aggressive form during this period of time. So a lot of you, if you're thinking about really going out and creating and doing something like yang energy, not just being, not just quietly existing, but really taking this time during summer to actively do things and connect with people. And for some of you, because this is Mars in
Right.
Cancer, for some of you that is the home life.
Right.
Either family, the mother, or something to do with your home and your domestic affairs. There could be something shining on that area for some reason for you. Some of you might be moving, or just like getting promoted in some type of form, or your duties at home. Some of you might be getting closer to someone, or just sharing more of yourself. You could be like having some type of reunion soon. Definitely with Aquarius and the 3 there being like it being a waiting period. So some of you could
Yeah.
be coming together for some type of celebration, or putting more aggression into some type of celebration. Cancer also very much wants to love and be loved in return.
Uh-huh.
So there's very much this feeling of like deep emotion.
Right.
And the sun is in Cancer right now.
Uh-huh.
So this is this season, right? So this is very much in correlation with Cancer and Aquarius energy, because this is Mars in Cancer, but your sun in Aquarius, but the sun's in Cancer, and Mars is in Aquarius right
Right.
now. So we just did like a little
No.
8 right
So
here.
you're really sort of like networking the energy in like the zodiac right now. You're sort of like channeling it in different ways, you know.
They're really looping in with each other, like parallel and through each other right now. Your feelings of what you're feeling, your thoughts about what you're feeling.
I'm getting a sense that some of you might actually be dealing with someone that was cheating.
There could
You
be
know
a
what I
third
mean?
party
Because
situation.
you have
Definitely.
you got the 5 of Cups right here at the bottom of the deck, and then you have the 3 of Cups, which is Mars and Cancer. This is like the will to like spread out that love, right? Amongst these 3 people, and then you got this card right here,
Or
which is
you
like
yourself are
finding
the
out.
person, yeah.
Right,
Because
you're
it's not
finding
even
out
like
the secrets, the shit that was going on behind your back, but you've been knowing this whole time, right? But it's like you kind of called them out, or you caught them.
Yeah, but this is also rising. So Aquarius, this could also be you.
Are you cheating?
Like it's not even like the reveal that's happening could be you being revealed, because this is like a future card. So something in your actions could become more aware to someone else.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean, because you guys are a little bit more
You could,
ahead.
right, you could just let someone know that you don't want to be exclusive, and that's what it is.
Or there's just a third party situation where it's like, to some degree, there's some type of emotional sharing between 3 people. Maybe 2 people are coupled and the other person's swinging through, or one person's not committed and they want this and that. But there might even be an awareness of the 3 people all knowing each other.
Right, it's
like
just
they might all know each
open-ended
other.
on each person's side or each person's end, so it's like nothing's really definite.
Yeah, but there's like an emotion, or it could be something to do with the group even. Like some of you, if you have a certain type of talent and it requires like 3 people, like you're in a singing group or something like that, and there's like 3 people, or like the 3 homegirls going on the trip, or
It's so funny that you're saying that,
the
because
3
like
witches
the other
of
day I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm in like, I guess we'll just say girl group, because it's like that's what people like saying. Boy group too, whatever. Girl group. I'm like, oh, it's us. What are some '90s girl groups? I don't know.
Spice Girls.
No, I mean like with
TLC.
2 people.
with just two people.
Mm-hmm.
There are not very many groups with
Not
just two
very many,
people.
right?
It's very
You
she
get
and him
Brandy
and
and Monica.
TL without, or
Anyway,
TC
that
or
was a tangent, you
anyway, that was a
guys.
tangent.
So
But
let's go into your emotion.
again,
Double water.
lots of cups. So in your emotions, this is Cancer as well. Okay,
Right, it
so you
really
definitely
is.
want to express something that you're not expressing.
There's a need to express here, right? Because she's kind of connected to the Empress and she's connected to the High Priestess.
Yeah, I'm getting like I'm
And
not
she
get I'm getting
knows
like there's
these.
like a feeling that or you just want to you want to be closer to someone, you want to involve someone more with some type of situation, you want to be seen a certain way better or clearer, you want to reveal how you truly feel about someone. Even
She's
it could be
well
any of
aware,
those.
right? She's well aware, I feel like, of this energy right here, this person. Because look at how she's facing them. It's like they're facing forward and she's like looking at the situations that are occurring, what's happening, like where they're going, how they're acting, where they're going, all these places. It's like you're finding things out through your own intuition and like your ability to just connect the dots. You know what I mean? Some people don't really have to be sleuths or have to obsessively like chase you on social media to know what you're doing. You'll just be a dead giveaway. If that person can pick up on, just your regular actions and like how you speak to them and how often they see you or who you may be hanging out with, you can gotta get a sense to what someone is doing if you know them well enough.
What are you what are you up to,
Right.
Aquarius? Like what do you want to express? What is it that you feel that you've been thinking that might involve more than just you?
Right.
That you fear like maybe a reveal from the situation?
Aquarius do like to like kind of keep things a little bit
There is a
open.
lot of water here. I mean, we are in Cancer season, but there's like a lot of emotion going on here. And there's an initiation that you want to have in feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wanna say something. And
Don't
it might be
approach these
because
people. Right.
did somebody pop off, or did
Right.
somebody say something to you, or
Mm-hmm.
did somebody do something to you? And it could have been a Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
or it could have been, I mean, it could have been
It
another
could have
air
been a Gemini.
sign,
It could be
could
a
have been
Sag.
somebody at work, could
Right.
have been a Sag, it could have
Mm-hmm.
been the Cancer,
Right.
because the Chariot rules the Knights, right? You got the Knight of Swords in the past.
Mm-hmm.
This also makes me think like Gemini energy, right? Because you start to get to Gemini once you're in the eight of Swords, nine of Swords, 10 of
Yeah,
Swords,
mutable for sure.
right? Very beautiful, like, and then also because it's like coming in suddenly, the night energy, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
that initiation. So
Right.
it's saying like it could have been a mental offense, or maybe your mind was on fire for something. So you've been thinking a lot. You've been
Because the
busy.
nights are fire, right?
Your mind's been
Rapid
busy.
fire.
You've been thinking stuff. What are you thinking about? What is it that you are planning? What is it that is it a celebration of something, or are you fed up because you found out some news? Are you feeling
Right.
suspect
Right.
in somebody's
You found
behavior?
something out, it pissed you off, you wanted to approach the people, you've been popping off, you've been cursing and stuff, or somebody's been doing that to you.
I mean, I thought that this was gonna be a little bit more chill, Aquarius, but this is like these are
Yeah.
the beginnings of a situation as
Monogamy is
well.
hard for Aquarius. It
Mm.
is. X is an Aries and Aquarius rising Pisces moon, and I'm a Scorpio sun,
I
Aquarius
know you
moon.
guys
We
need
had
a
a
lot of
secret affair.
space.
Secret affairs, honey.
Yeah, well, in Aquarius, you guys are good at that whole secret affair because you like to connect with the mind. So you're like, you talk with your
Right,
eyes in that sense. You're like,
right,
as long as
right,
we know, right,
right.
we're good. As
You're
long as
tapped
you and
in.
I got it,
Right, you're
but we
tapped
here,
into,
right?
right. It's like that next level
You're
up.
like, that's very
It's that
Aquarius,
next
right?
level up from Libra, right? Because it's like with Gemini, you're like learning to communicate. Okay, bam, shit's coming in and I'm sending shit out. All right,
Right.
whoa, there's a lot going on. Libra's like, okay, now we can decipher like what actually is worth like communicating and what's just worth like keeping quiet. Aquarius then gets in there and they're like, well, yes, we could see things as being black and white, but then I also want to see them as being gray too because there's this whole section that we're like missing.
or you revel on being the oddball. You're Aquarius, you know what I mean? So, Aquarius is definitely the person that will rebel just to rebel and then have a reason why they rebelled. But they'll rebel to rebel just because. Don't tell me what to do, Aquarius. And then they'll be like, because I already know what I want to do. Right? It's like,
Right.
like sometimes you just don't want to be, mentally, you want to come to that discovery on your own.
It's kind of like the opposite for me. Not the opposite, but it's like the same thing that he said, but like the other way. Like inverted.
Okay. But like you want
Aquarius,
to very much.
Right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Aquarius, you very much want to come to this situation on your own. And it's like this intimidation of whatever it is that like happened recently has sent you to this emotional place. And it could be paperwork, it could be logistics, it could have something to do with the law, it could have something to do with, it definitely has something to do with another person.
Right. Could be a Taurus, and that could be because Uranus is in Taurus right now, and Uranus is a ruling planet of Aquarius.
Or people.
Yeah.
Right. It could be like I'm seeing like a 3-party situation, definitely, even. And you guys all affect each other emotionally in certain ways. You could be roommates.
Exactly. Bam.
You could work together.
Convening together.
2 of you could be a couple, and 1 of you could be the best friend.
Right.
All of you could be having sex with each other, and no one aware, or everyone's aware. There could be
Are these girls?
a couple different things
Are these
going
like, like lesbians, which is beautiful. This is Pride Month still, so we celebrate.
Or is it like the feeling of like sisterhood?
Right.
Because it could be boys too, but it's like that kind of like feminine beauty and emotional like kind of sanctity of this person. You feel very comfortable with them emotionally.
Right.
You feel like you want to express some things to this person, and you probably have been thinking about this for some time.
I'm getting like similar aesthetics, right? Like they could kind of have like similarities in like how they dress or how they like to look and things like that. Kind of like these 3 people in this.
Or opposite aesthetics, but they're just as strong in character, so they're so attracted to that type of idea. Because you are Aquarius, so you really like somebody who knows themselves, like you know yourself. You know what I mean? Someone you feel like you can learn from. Okay. So, okay. King of Pentacles. This could be a...
Right, we did just say Taurus.
Your man.
Right.
Or your reputation. Or your job, or a situation like that,
Right. Well, I feel like a lot of you are really proud of what you've accomplished. And I feel like, now you're ready to move on to the next phase. It's kind of like, and if this is in a relationship, there are different things to be accomplished within a relationship before you feel like you are able to go on to the next stage. But for a lot of you, I feel like, there's some definite accomplishments here. You definitely are very assertive in like getting what you want, and you're someone that people respect.
Some of you are getting to that place where you are like at the point in the situation where your mind has gone through enough analysis that you need to now express, you're about to reveal to an establishment or to a lover or lovers whatever it is your intention is. Like you have an intention. I feel like there will be a reveal that will happen for some of you, and maybe it will be from an outside third party, right? There could definitely be an outside third party involved. Or you yourself you're gonna reveal this situation to a third party or to another person. Like, by the way, and I was here the whole time.
Right.
Like, something like that. Yeah. Or just something that you may have a secret.
It's a verbal.
You may clearly have a secret. With the queen being here in your moon, and then the reveal being in the rising. It's like you're the one that knows.
Because the queen is watching from afar. These people are all aware of each other, where they are, and whatever situation that they've created for themselves. But the queen is aware, but she's aware from afar, which is exactly what Aquarius does. I'll love you from afar.
Yeah, some of you are really like intertwined with your reputation and with your duties, as far as like you're known for this. You're known to be this person. You're the stylist. You're the model. You're the photographer.
You might be all of those things for yourself.
Yeah, you're the dependable, electric, independent person that shows up to get the job done. You're, we ask you, and your mind is fixed in a way on something right now during this period
You will find
that is
love.
like very monetary. So yeah, some of you could very well be fixed on the idea of finding a man or finding the job or finding something that is monetary. It could be a house even. It could be
Right.
because I said some of you are moving.
Right.
But finding something that is like very monetary
You're focused on that.
that you're fixed with, that's solid, that you'll be spending that time on. And it's like a certain type of completion because technically this is the last card of the tarot,
Right.
right? This is the last card of the minor arcana, and then after you start over with,
Right.
the major arcana. So this is definitely a
This
mature
is
energy. This is an
right.
accumulation of a lot of
Right.
feelings towards either an establishment or like a residency of some sort, like a residency situation.
You're
Either,
working on something, while you're watching these things take place, and you're sort of like gaining your feelings and your
Some
thoughts
of you want to
about
lock
it.
some things down, but you
Yeah.
don't know if you trust yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's like you want this person, but you don't know if because you have to reveal some things that you haven't maybe necessarily revealed to the person. Maybe you haven't even revealed these things to yourself yet.
Let's reveal your immediate influence. Yes, you want to do some shit.
You do.
You want to activate something.
Like
you
this
wanna
is very
strike
present,
up
very
the
now.
band.
It's the first wand,
Right.
and it's the first wand.
It's the first card that's
Okay.
not a major arcana card.
And that's not water.
Right.
And
so
this
it's pretty
reading,
strong.
right, or air. Like okay, so this is the first wand that's appeared.
Right.
And it's talking about an initiation. It's basically like Aries, like energy, like
Yeah.
boom, feeling spirited
Right.
about something right now.
You've known this since
Like,
the beginning
right
of
now.
spring, right? You've known this since the beginning of spring. That was the initiation
Yeah.
of it.
You want to do it.
Now that you're here, you're convinced of it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to make that change. I'll
Yeah.
do it. I
Yeah.
know right now.
You do. You want to do it. You want to do it. Whatever it is.
A lot of big
like,
signs are going through.
It's a
something
spark
like that
thing.
right
Maybe
now.
some of you are going on a short trip. Maybe some of you just met somebody, like a man, and you feel really passionate about that person. He could be somebody like at work even, that like all of a sudden you're going to reveal how you feel. It could be something like that. It could be something reputably, where it's like some type of thing with this person where you see them on a routine. You don't have to work with them necessarily. It could be like your brother or sister's friend or somebody at school. But either you or that person might reveal some type of feeling,
Yeah.
or initiate some type of response.
Right.
Or it could be like
Reveal.
not even romantically in the sense of sexually, but it might be romantically in the sense of coming together spiritedly. Like if you decide to do a group together, or work on a cause together, or go on a trip together, right? Something like that, where it's like very spirited, because you do have Mars and Cancer. So your aggression is shining on that. And then with this being here, this is like the spark.
Right.
It's like that first little, ooh.
Right.
It's like that, I'm going to get up and do this now.
Right. It's
Right?
like
And I'm not even going to think that much about it. I'm just going to do it.
Something's being ignited, right? It's the ignition of things.
Right. It could be an offense too on the lower polarity with some of you, like that. It could be something snide because the Knight of Swords is here, in the most recent past. So you could have already been on fire with the situation, especially with like analyzing with someone,
Right.
especially at work even.
Your boss can make a decision that affects you.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden you feel like you have to like do something, or somebody's got to do something. You got to act in a certain way all of a sudden. That could be, or it's just new feelings, new spirited initiations because of something that comes from the outside. Maybe you're trying to ring something in. Yeah?
Okay, so the moon is in Sagittarius right now. Got it.
The moon is in Sagittarius, okay, guys?
It's interesting that we spoke about Sagittarius just briefly here. Venus is in Leo. So this is what I'm thinking. Right now, with the fixed signs, we've got Venus in Leo. We've got Uranus in Taurus. We've got Mars in Aquarius. And we have Jupiter in Scorpio. So there's like some sort of like fixed square energy going on. And Uranus is very early in Taurus still. So it's not quite there in the middle like Mars, Jupiter, and Venus are in Leo. But it's still there. So the fixed signs are really banking on this Mars energy and this transformative energy of Jupiter expanding the transformation by way of Scorpio. You know what I mean? It's bringing a little bit of attention to what you're capable of and what the beauty and what you're able to produce, because Leo's working that for you, right? Tap into that with Leo. And Taurus is really talking about having something different with Uranus being there. That's your ruling planet. So you guys are literally considering what you have, right? And your ruling planet is going to be in Taurus for a long, long time. Now, this is more on like a world scope or like generationally. But, think about
Venus
that.
and Leo is opposing you.
Mm-hmm.
Venus is about love and
Right.
logic and what
Opposing
you're
Mars.
attracted to. What you're attracted to, and what's attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo is exactly opposite you, and you're naturally attracted to Leos. Irritatingly so, probably a lot of you will be like, I don't like Leos, but then you'll secretly really, really be attracted to them at the same time because opposites attract. It's just the way it is. You're the head and they're the heart. But in that, you guys actually are reacting to things very similarly. You're just executing those things differently.
Right.
And that's why the laws of
Right.
attraction are there.
It's like you have
Leo is like,
reasons for.
yes, Leo's like the stage of life. Oh, that thing happened and now I'm gonna.
I didn't even see that.
So, with Venus being there in Leo, it's like some of you right now are really out of the box. You're normally used to being a little bit more inward, and you finding yourself,
I didn't even see that.
So, with Venus being there in Leo, it's like some of you right now are really out of the box. You're normal. I really do want to express myself, like I said. I really do want to reveal this thing, or I really do spirited about this because that's Leo, that's the lion. He's courageous enough to go out there and just do it. Right? So some of you are feeling a little out of your box with Mars being with Aquarius too. So that's really causing you to not just sit back and be the little mental, electrical self that Aquarius likes to be, right? And just like back on the back burner in the ego eye. Now you're going to have to get down there and do some stuff, right? And make some shifts happen, right?
Usually when like Mars goes into my sign, I feel like really energized. You know what I mean? So I feel like you guys actually are energized. It's like what the possibilities are, as far as like that there are possibilities.
New
you know what I
beginning.
mean? You're not stuck in the sense that you don't feel like anything can change.
Yeah.
With this card, anything can change at any moment.
Technically, that's a natural progression, right? Because this card is the last card. And then the Fool, which in some tarots the Fool is 22, and some tarots it's the first one because it's 0, it's in everything.
You're ending a journey and you're beginning a brand new one.
It's a new beginning, definitely, and that is definitely happening in general for Aquarius. Look for it because you're literally about to change, and I'm not talking about something light. I'm talking about something reputable.
That's two ends of the circle. We're not talking about like you're completing a stage. We're saying like a full circle,
circle of life, turning point, change is made. I was that, now I'm this. I did that, now I do this.
Over there.
And your mind is fixed on the processes and on the changes. And there's a little bit of fear there, but keep going with it because spirit is in correlation with this.
Right.
Well, you have a little bit of fear over how long it's going to take and the processes. And is this going to be progressive, this change that I made?
Am I actually going to manifest this thing that I've been talking about or wanting and putting so much focus into? I know that there's that intimidation of the manifestation not happening and you may be feeling like you didn't succeed or you weren't able to make it happen. Listen, you've got the Fool in the future, so something is going to happen, right? This person is looking out and is feeling very hopeful, very passionately hopeful.
Yes, and then on the relationship front, it's like, if I go ahead and reveal how I truly feel about this person.
And what they probably did.
What I know I feel about this person.
Right. Watching.
Will I have this new beginning? There's a new beginning here. Now, that new beginning is meant to be regardless. So go ahead and do whatever it is that you're feeling spirited to do. You know what I mean? Because the new beginning, either you solidify the relationship with the person or you cut it off and it's done and that karmic lesson is learned. Either way, it's in you to express the next levels of whatever this
Right.
relationship are to be.
Right.
Some of you need to lock it down and put a
Right.
ring on it, and others of you need to stop pussyfooting
Right.
around and fucking everybody and choose one person.
You guys, don't be intimidated by the formation and what's, taking shape right now. It might feel uncomfortable because you can like sense it approaching, but it's kind of like this is what you wanted anyway, right?
Mhm. This you're talking about a progression. Also, are you worried? Yeah, because with this card being here, this is Virgo. And typically, Virgo is the person that is being very critical of their mate. But in the anxiety sector, that means that you probably have a worry that this person's going to be that way over you. So, what is it that you're revealing that you're doing or not doing? Some of you, it could be that you're just suspect of your mate, but others of you, you're worried that someone's going to see you differently somehow. Um, Either you're in a business and you're going to reveal something and you think that it's going to affect your job somehow once the information comes out.
Right. Some of your
Or,
red flags.
yeah, or like it's a relationship where it's like you did something, maybe you cheated or something and you need to tell that person. Or
Made
just,
out.
or, yeah, or you want to, or on a happier note, you want to lock it down with them and you want to really just talk about those feelings of real, true commitment, and you're afraid to start that new beginning. So this could play a lot of different ways. In Aquarius, you guys are all so unique. So
Right.
this is a broad kind of
Right.
thing, and we're in
Unique,
Cancer, so it's like
magnetic,
deep feelings.
electric.
Whatever it is that you're feeling, it's definitely been something that's been there for a while, and it could be coming from your family or work or this relationship or the lack of a relationship
Both,
because
yeah.
you because of some type of habits that you have. It could be definitely
Right.
a routine that needs to be changed.
It's interesting too that he says that because it's like if your family like lives very close to you, then they might be able to temper themselves based on what they know is going on in your life. But when they live very far away, it's like their influence is at a different magnitude because they're unaware of what you might be going through on your own. So they're not tempering anything that they're
Right.
bringing to you. They're just bringing it to you. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, oh, okay, I know that he's going through that thing at work, so like, I'll just leave him alone for the first hour and a half when he gets home. You know what I mean? And he'll warm up to me, and then we can talk, and we'll go into our normal thing. You have to consider the fact that everybody doesn't always know what you're going through. You know what I mean? Unless they're very close to you. Yeah. Let's look at what's going on in your wheel. Okay.
Okay.
Jupiter and Pisces.
Mm.
Expansion of what
Deep feelings and subconscious.
mean to you,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm.
Right, sympathizing also. So some of you might need to put more sympathy into a situation with someone else that's a water sign, especially if it's this Cancer in your life, because Cancers are very different than Aquarius. It's the time of Aquarius. It's the time of Cancer now. Sun is in Cancer. You guys are very mental, and you can kind of compartmentalize things in a sense, or put it in an ordered system, and it can be kind of scary to a sign that can't have the ability to separate their emotions like that. Like Cancer can't do that. Cancer's gifts are different. They're empaths, so they're going to feel everything, and they are kind of psychic and intuitive in that way.
Right.
Whereas with Aquarius, it's like you can know something and then put it in your checkbook and be duly scheduled
Right.
to deal with it at the
Right.
appropriate time.
Right.
Yeah. Like not everybody has the
Right.
ability to cue in their cry
Right.
breakdown session
Right.
at 7 p.m. on
Right.
Tuesday.
You definitely are
like it's like
acknowledging the water aspect of you right now, though, because you got Mars and Cancer here, so that's in the sun. So you're definitely saying that I want to respond and react to these emotions that I'm feeling.
Yup. You want to receive, and you know what? You're tired of feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. There's an accumulation. 9 cups is a lot of cups. Right? There's an accumulation. 9 is the last before you get to double digits. That already lets you know. This is Virgo energy too, so it's about letting go. Put more emotions into letting go of the fickle.
Right.
Look at the deep.
Right.
And if you really want to share deep feelings with someone, on, you should put the aggression into that.
Right.
Reveal your feelings to this person, and there's a large possibility that you may actually have this new beginning.
This is, to me, like the satisfaction card, right? Because when you think of 9 and you think of the Hermit, it's like you're going in and you're analyzing something until you you might feel satisfied with what you discover. Or it's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't leave. We shouldn't do anything to those.
Sorry, the sound, guys, it's driving me crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah, they do that. This is like the satisfaction card. So it's like Pisces wants to feel expansive in the fact that they are satisfied with their emotions. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like mutable signs are really never satisfied with a lot of things. Just saying. Because they get to the end of the season, and when you get to the end of the season, you're actually either ready for the season to end or you're not, depending on what season you're in. So, you guys are so wise. Oh, thank you. But this is definitely a satisfaction card, and what that means to you. You know what I mean? What does satisfaction mean to you? It's not going to mean the same thing to everybody, trust me.
It's also saying, like, look at these emotions and be sympathetic. Don't be so fickle with things. Listen to the subconscious. Pisces rules the subconscious. So you're not going to be able to escape this realization.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to escape this reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be like some of you are really concerned with what somebody else's behavior is going to be.
Right. You may have decided to walk away already.
Once they behave in a certain way, or you might throw a wrench in it, or you might do a catalyst in order to test something out. You may initiate something involving a situation that is very regular for you. Or a man. It could be a man that you're sweet on.
Right.
That's a court card, so it could be like, it definitely could be like a man in your life, or like your father, or like
someone who's
someone that is very present for you, someone that is very routine for you.
Right, routine, exactly.
Yeah, like your husband, like your boyfriend, or like a father figure, or like a patriarch of some sort in your life, where you have to initiate some type of new relationship. Father's Day did just come around the corner. Maybe some of you are resolving some situations. Maybe there were some strifes with a Gemini of some sort. Maybe there was some type of intimidation or lack of trust. Somebody angered you somehow, not that long ago.
And you sort of expressed it too, so I feel like you kind of let it be known.
I feel like there are like issues with, even just trust with something to do with the pentacle even. So it could to do with the relationship, or to do with the proof of some type of situation with work.
Right. Money, time.
Yeah, respect. Money, time, respect, valuing me, valuing, or are you valuing this person? Maybe they feel like you don't value them and you're intimidated by that because you want to be seen differently now.
Right.
Like there could have been like you're trying to change the scenario, rewrite this struggle, or something like that.
Right. Let's look at your advice right now. Ooh.
Okay.
Learning those karmic lessons, honey, and
putting
them into the cycle.
That with this?
Right. And with judgment. And the Fool.
And the Fool? Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. Okay, wow. The energy is giving period on the sentence.
Period on the sentence, honey.
We won't be writing another paragraph. We'll be moving on to a new chapter, maybe even a new book after this.
A definite punctuation. We're talking about punctuality, something coming right on time.
This is the last card of the major arcana. So you have the last card of the minor arcana crossing the first card of the minor arcana. Right. Wow, right? And then
first card of major.
In the future, you have the first card of the major arcana with the last card as your advice, right? So there's a lot of ending cycles here. There is a lot of closing doors to open new doors. There might even be some risk-taking involved. Taking a risk on love, taking a risk on a situation, on a routine, on a new job. There could be definitely some risk-taking involved. And also, some of you are realizing, to hint back at the third-party kind of situation, some of you are realizing now who you really want out of the situation. Maybe you were dating two people. The advice there, The advice being like, look at the restriction. The restriction is
Right.
now, this is now, we're gonna lock
Right.
it down. We're
Right.
gonna make something solid.
Right. This
You know,
teaches you like what you don't need
yeah.
versus what you do need, but really what you don't need.
Others of you are like, I can no longer take this situation and I'm just
Right.
done with all of it. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with her, him, them, they.
I'm done with them shoes.
Okay,
I'm
us.
done with that umbrella. The button does not work.
Right. Definitely. You know, some of you have definitely gotten to that place where you can no longer take what you're taking, and that's fine because a new beginning is actually on the horizon.
Let's see what y'all got in the
in Leo probably opposing you next month.
Ooh, girl.
Okay. Five of Pentacles.
I'm gonna do some deep referencing. While Dale talks about that card, I'm gonna go to a reference for this.
You know,
for you guys.
Okay, so you got two fives. The outcome card is Five of Pentacles, but you also got Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is talking about changing situations, right? This is kind of like, this is a temporary kind of thing. For some of you, yeah, some of you are going into like unemployment,
hardship, right?
Or you're leaving a job in order to start a new job. Others of you are putting too much focus. You need to be careful when you make your decision on who you want to be with. Don't just look at it at the physical aspects of it. Oh, the sex is good, the dick is great, or, oh, I come 3,000 times every time, or something like that. You need to look at these emotions, right? You need to go within and look at the emotions, okay?
Okay, you guys.
Look more deeply and more spiritually at it.
I have a little bit more to add to that. The outcome for the Five of Pentacles says, you will have to deal with uncomfortable issues whether you want to or not. But in times to come, will realize that it was for the best or the only way you could have grown. And that's after you got Saturn in your advice telling you, learn from this. Tyra. Right?
Right, this is that. We were all rooting for you. Right, like this is that hard love, right?
So definitely learn from this. I mean, this has been like a journey for you. You know, where you are right now and where you come from and where you're going is going to be a new journey.
Yeah, and that person may never come back. And that situation, you may never heal from it. The Gemini or the Leo or whatever in your life. But you can start yourself anew in a new situation.
She said, yes, leaving and taking Providence Tarot with her. If it's on if it's on a tropical island, girl, we will go and we'll bring our cards.
And the thing is saying, like, you're not alone here, right? Because these two people are holding on, even though they're going through a lot. The comfort is in the compassion with each other, right? Because the situation is going to change over.
You're still focusing on what's being lost when really you can't do anything about it. Stop holding on to it. You know what I mean? You can't do anything about those cups that are spilled over, and you're thinking about what you don't have anymore.
There's a reveal that may come for some of you, definitely when it comes to your job, even. Some of you, there could be definitely, there could be a reveal from the job that this is the way that it always was, and now the job's somehow making a change. And so your reputation is changing within the job because the job has changed somehow. That's definitely very possible. And that being Pluto there being the big reveal that you're rising to. And then that might cause some issues with your finances. I'm seeing a little bit of like, just be careful with your finances towards the end of the month, going into Leo as well. It being opposing you.
Restoration.
Plan things out. Don't do anything just rashly, but go ahead with this spirited kind of like initiation.
Right.
I know you're feeling intimidated a little bit by the idea of like changing things up in your routine, but you're being like, this is all happening by the universe for a reason.
Do it.
Right? You need to keep rolling on forward. You can't stay in the same place. You're all about the future. You already know.
Right.
So be forward thinking in that way and go ahead and take the risk. If you have any impulses when it comes to love and when it comes to, your routines, go ahead and learn the lessons and take the risk.
All right, y'all. So We're Providence
This
Tarot.
was interesting, Aquarius.
If you want to
for
book
you.
a private reading, email us at providencetarot@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram. We're at Providence Tarot. We do weekly readings there at the beginning of each week. You can catch those. He's at Blue is True, and I'm at NYC Kendrick.
Forgive the Gemini. For some of you, a Pisces has something really to offer. You could put more energy into that. And for others of you, good luck with the Taurus, because I'm seeing a Taurus here. I'm seeing Taurus a lot.
Right, and if
Okay.
it's a Scorpio that you're leaving, say goodbye.
Mhm.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See you later.